So I'd like to welcome to the stage a few people really close, near and dear to my heart. First is Nancy Vargas, who is the CEO of DH2 Transportation. DH2 Transportation provided the motor coach bus that took us all around the city in a timely manner. It was very comfortable. It was very beautiful. It smelled great. We've all been in smelly buses, right? Smelled wonderful, okay? So we couldn't do this without Nancy. Next, I'd like to intro Ivan Piedra of AG NYC Productions. Ivan is a little bit of a superstar, in my eyes at least. Ivan and his company, they offer video and photography services. They're really good at what we do. We share some clients. We bump into each other at networking events, like literally across the country we'll bump into each other. It's like, what the heck are you doing here? Working, right, bro? Working. All right. So Ivan's a great contact. I know that he's got a great, I guess we'll talk about it later, he's got a great software that he uses to spot my photos. It'll just use AI, right, to just take pictures of people and it'll send you a message like, hey, you were spotted in a photo. Hence the name. Cool. Next we have Kevin Sharfstein of 2XL Imaging. Kevin is our print sponsor, so the beautiful step and repeat that we have in the back on the other side, Kevin and his company provided that for us. I took a tour of 2XL Imaging over in Jersey. What was the town again, Kevin? Springfield, New Jersey. They're a wonderful company. We've used many printing companies in the past, but like I always say, it's always a pleasure to work with people that you like. And so sometimes print can just be print, right? But it's who you're ordering from that matters most of the time. So I really appreciate the work that they do. Next is Jeremy Patudo, CEO of Gramercy Tech. It's going to be a little tight over there, guys. Okay. CEO of Gramercy Tech. So Gramercy Tech generously provided these name tags. I love these name tags. We designed them. They helped us design them, I'm sorry. There's a QR code on them, so if you guys wanted to scan it, the people who joined us already know, if you scan the QR code, you get all the contact information of all of our sponsors, including themselves and everyone on the stage and the venues we've visited. Kind of a horror/success story, actually. Today, we started at another venue down up in Times Square, and we had name tags for the group the MPI ILEA group that are meeting us today, and the people going on the tour bus, right? So everyone that went on the tour got their name tags ahead of time. We Uber Messenger the other tags to this location. The Uber driver decided to come to the front of the building and leave it at the front of the building, outside.
Did he at least give you a picture?
Yeah. Well, he sent the picture. He sent the picture of it on top of one of the barricades on one of those. Yeah, sent it on, and he's like, delivered. True story. This literally happened right now, and so that. I don't know, whatever. But, that was literally a horror story. We got it while we were on, like, venue number 3, and Meg and I are freaking out. And I was like, Meg, it'll be okay. Just figure it out, whatever. And I said, you know what? Can they print another run? And I said, no, that's too much. That's too much. It's literally like 2 hours ago, right, Meg? It was like about 2 hours ago this happened. And I said, no, it's too much. Like, don't ask them to do that. But Meg was like, oh, I'm going to do it. So she asked them to print another run, and the name tags that you guys are wearing are that other run. Luckily, they have offices here in, where's your offices? In close to Times Square, right?
1411 Broadway.
Right, there you go. So they were able to just print them right away and get them over here. So I really like to thank you guys for being true partners, and thank you so much. All right, sorry for that really long intro.
It's fine, the show must go on.
The show must go on, and it did go on. Thank you. All right, so Nancy, first...
And Meg was so composed.
Oh, no, she wasn't.
No one would ever know.
No, she wasn't. Meg was so mad. I've heard her say words that I've never heard her say before. All right. So first up is Nancy. Nancy operates, like I said before, a wonderful transportation company. You operate out of JFK Airport. However, tell us more about what other areas you serve.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm so very happy to be here, and I'm so very happy that we were able to go from venue to venue safely and on time. That was wonderful. I love that. But this is what we do. So what do we do as far as where do we serve? We operate out of JFK Airport, but we serve the entire tri-state area. So we are US DOT and New York State DOT regulated. So we're able to not only support you in the tri-state area, but we can also go out all the way to the East End, all the way out to Washington, D.C., all the way north, Westchester, Connecticut, Boston. So pretty much wherever our client needs to go to, as long as we're within the U.S. territory, we're able to do it.
And I don't know if I can say this, the other office?
Oh, so there is a new baby that we have, and no, it's not a baby that I'm having. Let's get that clear. But we are expanding the footprint, and we are expanding it into North Florida. So thank you. Woman-owned business, really excited, Latina, 30 years in business. And so this was a dream of mine to have the ability to not only serve the city that I love. I was born and raised here, so I love mobilizing passengers. I'm very passionate about the work that we do here in New York. So to extend that to the Florida market and bring our sauce that we do here in New York to the North Florida market, I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, if you have clients, outside of the United States or even, globally, we have wonderful affiliate partners that we work with. So if you're planning an event, and right now we're working with a client that has actually from Venue Crawl One, that has a group in Italy.
Oh.
So we're helping support him with that. So I'm really excited about just the reach that we have outside of the tri-state area.
Wonderful. I'm glad that. So next we're going to talk to Mr. Kevin. All right. So Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about your printing capabilities and what sets you apart from other vendors?
Well, first, I wanted to thank Paige for that run down memory lane. I forgot that McDonald's was here.
It's me too.
I
had some late nights at that
I was one of those
McDonald's.
people that actually parked in that parking lot
Yep.
to go run and visit another customer, and maybe I ate there once or twice. But I forgot
ate there a
that
lot.
was right here, so that was kind of wild. I looked, I'm like, oh my God. But thank you for that. So 2XL Imaging, we do a little bit about everything with printing. So retail stores, during Christmas time, if you've been down Rockefeller Center, all those fancy windows, people don't realize there's a lot of print involved in that. We do a lot of display work. If you go into a Best Buy, there's at least 12 different displays in there that have graphics we've produced. But our favorite industry is the event industry. It keeps us on our toes, and I think the people are just more friendly. So that's one of our favorite
Which
places.
event industry is that?
Yeah, the events. Believe it or not, people in the event industry are realistic. So we do fabric printing. So the backdrop that you see there for the step and repeat, that's one of the processes we do.
I love it.
It's beautiful. It was really beautiful. Isn't that
Beautiful.
backdrop beautiful?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so that's something that sets us apart. We do dye sublimation printing, so on the fabric there. It's not something that everybody does. Currently, if you went to the Javits Center right now, the auto show opens up tomorrow. All the big entranceway fabrics, all the big hanging signage, that's all stuff that we produced at our shop. So we're very proud of it, but that's all done on fabric as well, so that's one of our specialties. What sets us apart is that printing is kind of a commodity. Just like Miguel said, a lot of people go online, you can go order a print, and you're gonna get what you order. You call 2XL, we're probably gonna ask you way too many questions. We're gonna try to get to know you, and we don't wanna be just a printer, we're actually gonna wanna be your friend. And we're going to want to show up, and we're going to be at that event, and we're going to try to help you make it go off without a hitch. We realize that in this day and age, things have people take it for granted and expect things to happen instantaneously. And if you're going to purchase off of that guy online, or you're going to purchase off the vendor that you don't know, chances are when you're in that pinch and you call them, you're not going to get somebody to answer. 2XL knows the industry. We understand the industry. Some of our larger customers even pay for us to stay open on the weekend. Even if they don't buy anything, they'll still pay just knowing that people are there to support them at their time of need. So that's basically what 2XL does for the industry.
Wonderful. That's truly what sets vendors apart. It's just that support. It's not the product you see in the hand. It's the people, it's the team behind the product. And that support, that's ultimately what you're really paying for. All right, so moving on to Gramercy Tech, Jeremy. So I'm going to actually jump around here because it's appropriate. Your team creates some of the best event name badges we've seen. What's something that most people overlook when it comes to badge design and functionality?
So we are a technology company, right? And what I would say is, and my sister is redheaded, so I apologize, but check-in and registration name badges are the redheaded stepchild of the event industry. It's the first thing people walk through the door. It's the first thing they touch, they see, they interact with that's there. And everyone dismisses it until it goes wrong. So what we try to do, and we work on a lot of tier 1 events that are out there, but when 10,000 people need to come in and get through a venue and get to the general session in 2 hours, just like you, we'll ask a million questions, ask how the venue is, understand how that flow goes, and we'll get through it. Some of the things that we've done with like name badges are like holograms, or like even having an infrared technology that's out on there so you can kind of actually scan fakes. I actually think the security side and the scanning of these things in the days of Luigi, right, are very, very, very important, especially like actually one of our big clients, right, is in this building, BlackRock. Corporate security is a very, very serious business nowadays. And someone goes and they take this and they throw it out. You'll never know. Some homeless person, random person will take that and go in and try to sneak into your venue. So like it's becoming more and more serious nowadays in this environment. And we're actually getting called on to do work around the world. So like it's not just the souvenir that you give. Like I used to say like, oh, this is something that everyone goes, they go to the conference, they put it on their desk, and then you'll have that name branding forever. And then I would like, and it's good for security. Now it's like security. And by the way, it's a little keepsake that's out there. So that's what I would say.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. And thank you for the badges, and thank you for coming through for us today. Appreciate that.
And Miguel, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about it, the magnet.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
right. Especially
Except
men.
they said if you have a pacemaker.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story.
It's funny. We've tested it. It doesn't really affect. This is not strong enough to do the pacemaker. It doesn't affect anything with RFID or like. We've had people be like, oh, will it mess up your diabetes pump and things like that? It really doesn't.
Wow.
But it was designed. We brought up for like women. Honestly, it was designed for
absolutely.
women.
Even for the men, I just think that sometimes you get these badges and they just don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This works perfectly.
Yeah, and it's not going to flip.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, moving on to Ivan, my man.
Hello, hello.
Ivan, so what motivated you to start your business, and what differentiates you from your competitors? Because photography sometimes can be very commonplace, right? It can be very,
It's a very competitive,
right?
very
There's a lot of you guys.
oversaturated
Yes.
industry, yes. The main thing that separates
The hat.
Yeah, the main thing that really separates me and my team from a lot of other photographers and a lot of production companies is we are truly freelance artists. We're not classically trained photographers. We are all artists. We started in the industry, myself as a graffiti artist, airbrush artist, painting at very high-end bar mitzvahs all across the country. And my true love was photography, and it was a very expensive thing to get into when we first started. But true story, I was out at an event, and I happened to shoot an event for somebody because there was an accident with the main photographer. Turned out that person was a very, very affluent customer in New York, loved my photos over their main photographer that they spent $20,000 for, and next thing you know, I'm shooting all these events all around New York City. So it was, it's really our unique touch, our unique flavor when we shoot, and I think that's really the main thing that separates us, and us being family. A lot of people here have worked with me, and they see how we work and how we organize in our workflow.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of my team, my crew, the way we work with everybody, and we become part of your team when we work with you at events, not just with the photography. If you need a table move, you need something done, we're there to help you as well.
Wonderful. They actually joined us on the first venue crawl. Ivan was in Vegas, I think you were. Ivan
Shooting
lives
something
basically
somewhere.
lives in Vegas. So he sent his team, and I mean, it was a wonderful experience, but I'm glad that he's here to speak to you guys and talk about his craft. So thank you to Ivan. Actually, another follow-up question. What's the one photo that makes you proud when you look back at it?
The one
maybe
photo
your
that makes
favorite
me
photo.
proud. It's actually probably a selfie we took with my entire team at one of our biggest events we did. Actually, it was one of the special event jobs we did down in, I want to say it was in Fort Lauderdale. It was just one of the first times that my entire crew got together. We just shot a 6-day conference down in Fort Lauderdale or Miami. It was one of these events 2-3 years ago. It was when we first really got where AGNYC became what it is today. And it's just a proud photo seeing back my team that we're still together. People have worked with me for over 20 years. And just seeing back at that and seeing the new kids that are working with me now, it's a proud moment in my team, for myself, to seeing how we've grown as a company.
Yeah.
So, looking back at that, seeing those pictures that we're rarely in because we're shooting your events, being able to take one photo with the entire crew in one of our activations is something that is great to look back at.
So I want to highlight that because that's not the answer I was expecting. I consider myself something of a photographer.
Oh, okay.
You can't
We all
hire
are.
me.
We all
Not
are,
Not
right?
for hire. But to my point of what I've been saying about everyone here, most photographers would have said, "Oh, it was when I shot Barack Obama. It was when I shot this person and that person." He just said it was a photo of me and my team. Like, that's huge. That's huge, and I want to just make sure I recognize that because it just shows, A, how much he cares, and again, the product that he's going to give you all when you hire him, right? Right?
Yeah, it's thank you. And just to piggyback off of that, it's just one of the things like you're saying is it could be a 1-year-old, first kid's birthday party, or like we talked about on the bus, shooting an event for a high-end celebrity. It's the same energy we're going to put out either way. It doesn't matter to us because we know that that moment is important for you, and we need to cover it because you're hiring us to make sure that we're providing that memory for you. So it doesn't matter who it is, what scale of the event it is.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the same energy I bring to every event.
Nice. Okay, speeding things up, Kevin. So I toured Kevin's warehouse, Kevin's shop. What do you call it? Like your print shop, right? Print shop. Okay, yeah. Toured Kevin's shop, like I said, and he's got massive machines, massive printers, the size of this room, basically. He does massive print. And I'm something of a printer myself. No, I was, Renaissance man. Yeah. What's your favorite piece of gear? Like, which machine is your favorite?
It's like children. I can't pick one. We actually just recently put in a new piece of equipment, and the reason why it's my favorite is just it's a new opportunity and gives us some unique capabilities. I noticed the fancy wallpaper you have here with all this texture on it.
Yeah.
So this new printer gives me the ability to do a lot of the texture
that's
types
a
of
nice one.
printing.
Yep.
So I've been trying to think of ways to incorporate that into the event world. Like currently, we have a big project in-house for Father's Day for Armani. It's a display going to Macy's, and we replicated the actual packaging that they're selling the perfumes in, and it had this embossed texture to it. And one of the reasons we won the job was because we were able to produce that embossed texture on this large-scale display. So right now, it's kind of my favorite because it's helping us win some unique orders.
So for those who don't understand, like most prints are just flat, right? He's talking about like he can print like almost in 3D, kind of.
So almost like
just
Braille.
feels
Yeah,
right. Like if
feeling
you touch
it's got
this
that-
wall,
yeah,
like
right,
that's what
you
he's
feel
talking
that,
about.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, except don't touch the wall, right? Sorry. Do not touch the wall.
You mean people aren't supposed to touch printed things?
Well, if someone messes up the wall, Kevin could just print you another one. Yeah, there you go.
Let me
All
tell
right.
you, I have customers with the fabric displays where they're like, hey, give me a swatch book, I want to feel it. And I'm like, nobody's supposed to be touching it.
Yeah. Nice. All right, Nancy, what are the top 2 things that planners should ask when choosing a transportation provider?
Oh, great question. So I think that it's very important to understand timing, especially if you're in need of a motor coach, because obviously there are going to be roadways that we cannot take. So I think, you need to understand like where you're heading with your group and understanding the timing that it's going to take. And talking about timing, understanding that our chauffeurs are CDL drivers. And for us, they're chauffeurs because they are professional chauffeurs that have to provide an experience to passengers, right? So for us, it's very important that our event planners understand, right, the timing that it takes to fulfill what you need to do for your event, and understanding that the chauffeur has X amount of hours DOT hours of duty. And that's very important, especially if there's an event that's an all-day event that can take them out of DOT hours. So I think those are little things that, you know, you don't think about, but they're very important in our world because we want to make sure that we remain compliant with DOT hours. So those are two things. But I'll just also add, you know, we come from sort of the chauffeured luxury side of business that went into the busing side, right? Our business started with a town car and a dream. And so as we moved into the busing side of things, there's you know, a lot of regulations that come along with it. So because the luxury side of things is a 24/7, you know, I think that a lot of operators, you know, tend to be like an 8 to 5 type of thing. We're 24/7. So if you need to do a change, there is going to be a human person that is going to be behind the email, behind a phone call, or any changes that you might need. And know that DH2 is going to be there to provide whatever changes you need, even if it's at 2 o'clock in the morning for a pickup in the morning. We're going to make sure that we make that happen for you.
You guys seem very reliable.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right, final question goes to Jeremy, because I know you guys want to get back to drinking. So I'm
All right,
gonna,
I'll be short.
Yeah, I'm going to call an audible here because I know you guys are much more than a badge company. And I know that it's a big part of what you do, but you guys do a whole lot more. I also took a tour of his spaces in... Where
1411 Broadway.
there you go. Yeah, and so I got to touch some of the stuff that they do, some of the prints that they have, but also you guys do activations. You guys are doing some stuff with AI. You guys do stuff with providing software for video walls. So can you just quickly kind of give us some of that just so that people don't walk out of here thinking you only do name tags?
Sure. When you control the data in a name tag, you can do a lot of cool stuff. So with that, either you put a QR code on it or you put like an NFC chip in there or a Bluetooth chip or something. You can go up and as someone walks by one of your walls that you have, you can have their name pop up as they walk by. You can go in and integrate with Cvent and go and like scan the badge, and then people can interact on a kiosk. And then there's this, like, I call it this Harry Potter moment when people go and they just sign their name on an iPad. I know it sounds so silly. And then they hit send, and then it appears right there. Like, and every day, every time you do that, there's just a smile that's out on there. So now using AI, we have people, they sign their name, and then it gets up and it walks over there, you know, or something like that, or it turns into a picture, or you know, you pick, you know, AI photo booths, which I'm sure you're well aware of, are really hip and hot these days, but they're viral, they're simple, and they're cheap. So we do all of that kind of fun stuff that's out there.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. I want to say a few further thank yous to a couple people. I'd like to thank my MPI and Aliyah family for being here. Thank you so much for joining us and believing in what we do. Thank you to Chris Chen of New York City Party Booth. Is he here? Is he? He's probably by the booth in the back. So if you got, thank you, Chris, appreciate it. If you guys haven't already seen, he's got this really cool booth where he takes a photo of you, and then like he's got these magic 3D arms robot arms that draw you in 2D. So please stop by that booth, get your photo taken, take a photo in front of the step and repeat as well. Thank you so much to Christina Fitzpatrick from Paper and Flowers. So Christina helped us in the first venue crawl, and she helped us on the second one as well. These flowers here are not part of the venue. They're handmade flowers made out of paper, hence the name. Okay, so Christina, and also in front of the photo booth, Christina and her team she has a wonderful team of people. She makes flowers for Macy's, Dior, and a lot of these window displays, and just like she can do entrances and all that stuff. We interviewed her on the last venue crawl, so if you guys find our channel on YouTube, you can see the interview we had with her where she kind of gives her explanation of all the beautiful things that she does. So we love you, Christina. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Party Slate for being our media sponsor of the event. So Melissa Engel, if you don't know, is here. She represents Party Slate. Party Slate is a marketplace of venues and vendors that if you are on the hunt in search of venues and vendors, please sign on to Party Slate. It's free right, Melissa? It's free if you are searching. If you're searching, right? It's not free for us to be listed, but it's free if you're searching for vendors. All right. So thank you to Parsley for being here. And lastly, thank you to our DJ sponsor, DJ Mo Kiss of X-Wave Events. Thank you. He's going to jump back on. Are they still called ones and twos, or am I dating myself? Like, you know, I'm dating myself, right? I'm actually a little something of a DJ myself, so.
Come on, Miguel, come on.
So thank you, DJ. Thank you, Mo, for being here. Appreciate it. And that's it. That wraps it up. Thank you for everyone who joined us on the venue crawl. We had a wonderful day. I know it's tiring, but I mean, we love what we do, guys. We really love you. We do this for you guys. We do this for the venue. We really want to be a resource to everyone here in this room. So thank you. Enjoy yourself. Have some more drinks and cocktails, and we'll be chatting. Thank you so much. Hope to see you guys on the next one.